I got to talk about this Alabama game, if only because I picked South Carolina outright. I picked them outright. I thought it was going to happen. There was a chance it was going to happen. I stuck my neck out. Last game of Cocktober for South Carolina. Biggest home game left on the slate. They always have one game a year under Shane Beamer that doesn't make any sense. They came into this one a healthy double-digit dog at home. And I thought for a moment I was going to be right because it looked like I was going to be right. I got the cover. So, wasn't a total loss. But Bama was down 22-14 with about 10 minutes left. They got two really quick touchdowns from Germie Bernard in the final 2.5 minutes to win it. The first was a really nice 79-yard drive that ate up almost 8 minutes. He caught the touchdown pass. Almost immediately after that, the ensuing drive for South Carolina, Lenoris Sellers, who was really good in this game for the most part, coughs up a fumble, sets up a second touchdown. It was a sick play and an awesome run for Germie Bernard. A fake reverse to Ty Simpson. I don't even know how you draw that up. But he goes around the end, untouched, scampers into the end zone 25 yards out on 3rd and 10. That gives Alabama a 29-22 lead. They eventually end up winning. It was a great escape for the Crimson Tide. It really was. I'm not going to call it a clunker. I don't think it was a clunker. They found a way to win in a tough spot on the road, and South Carolina played pretty well. I saw that Kalen DeBoer spoke about coming up biggest in some of the most critical moments, and I think that pretty much sums it up in this game. Alabama was really good when they had to be, especially late, and that's why they ended up winning this one. So they deserve their flowers, as the kids like to say. Ty Simpson's playing like a QB1. I don't know what his draft status is going to be, but Ty Simpson's very much going to be in that conversation come draft time. I still think it's mostly a one-dimensional offense. They're still way more centered around the pass, but they're scheming ways to get Germie Bernard and Ryan Williams the ball in key situations. Daniel Hill, the young running back, didn't do a whole lot of running, but was really effective in the passing game, had a couple big plays in this one. I'm really impressed by this Alabama offense. I am curious if at some point they're going to run into somebody that can take more advantage of the fact that they're so based around the pass. But for right now, you got to feel pretty good about where Alabama's at. There's no two ways about that. The problem, again, is that this one was there for South Carolina. It was there. And, if they don't repeatedly shoot themselves in the foot, I think it's there for them. Bama's first touchdown was on a pick six that was juggled by Rasul Faison. There was also a holding call that wiped out a touchdown run for Lenoris. There was, what does it say here? Another holding call that killed another drive altogether. There was a missed field goal, just for good measure, by the way, the missed field goal. Did I mention all of that happened in the first half? It was all in one half. Then we had some more weirdness go down in the second half with the fumble that I talked about a second ago. I'm not frustrated because I picked South Carolina and they didn't win. I am frustrated for the South Carolina fans out there who watched this game, who also know that they could have won this game, probably should have won this game, and they still found a way to lose it. So bigger picture, good win for Alabama. Bigger picture, it's a bad season for the Cocks, man. There's a pretty good chance it's going to get worse too. It is. It's like starting to look more and more like a 4-8, 5-7 year. I don't know what the ramifications are for that. I don't want to sit here and speculate, but losses like this sting. Let's leave it at that.